Hey everyone, welcome back to another Anime Kingdom manga reviews. You see by the title below, this is on chapter 190 of Shokugeki no Soma. And I gotta say, this was an enjoyable but disappointing chapter. It was disappointing for me, in my opinion, because it just feels like they're prolonging this more and more. And I mean, this happens a lot in Shokugeki no Soma, where they end up, you want to see, you know, what happens, and then just a chapter feels like they could have ended it right here, but instead they're prolonging it even more, and we do not see who wins, you know? Sure, it's pretty much it, you know, we already pretty much know. It pretty much tells you who's going to win, who pretty much won, but, like, I honestly, maybe it wouldn't be as bad if I didn't know what was going to happen after the whole thing with, you know, Megumi and Takumi have to go against Rindo. I've been super excited for that. Of course, you know, I love this arc. I love seeing, you know, Soma and Hayama have to go against each other. It's been pretty damn crazy to see them literally at the top of their game and be able to see, you know, dang, Hayama. This is one of the reasons I like this chapter, is Hayama at the start of this chapter is full of confidence, sees Soma smirking and everything, and thinks, you know, he cannot wait to see Soma's smirk fall, because he believes that he's literally in another league, that there's no way possible that Soma can catch up to him, you know, that he can go against him. And we've seen, not even just in this chapter, but over the arc overall, from the beginning, he thinks he's way better. When the sauce part starts happening, he starts to think a little bit differently. And obviously in this chapter, we see even more facial expressions from the very beginning to, like, as things go on and on with the whole, pretty much, we finally do get to see as well that we finally do know, you know, what June thought about this whole thing. I was wondering, did June even know about this whole thing, you know, him joining Sentra, or is she still in the dark? But if we find out that she actually does know and everything, and she's actually, you know, told Hayama, no, stop, don't join Sentra. There's no for sure thing that they will allow you, you know, even if you win this and do this kind of thing, follow them and keep doing what they're saying, dude, that they're going to continue on, you know, supporting their research and all that kind of stuff. It could literally they could just literally 360 and say, no, too bad, we don't care anymore, you don't have a choice, we still have the, you know, we're still the ones in power and everything. And she tells him not to do this, but he doesn't care. He literally just turns his back on her and says that, you know, he doesn't care, he's gonna do everything he can to, you know, protect this kind of stuff without even though she's saying for him to stop, he doesn't care about that. He wants to, you know, obviously you see he has some passion in that, but you also see that he loses the same passion that he had at the autumn election. Sure, his skill has risen a lot. He's become so much better of a cook. But the whole reason that you see throughout these things and everything, even, you know, Soma's father telling him, when you find the person that you want to cook for, that's a huge thing for you to cook, you know, become even better and everything. And in this one, you see that Hayama loses the passion that he had in the autumn elections. He cooks for June. That's his passion, pretty much. And this one, he has no passion. We see him in the kitchen and everything, pretty much saying, you know, oh, June, how about you try this? And then, of course, guess what? She's not there. So he's like, you know what? It doesn't matter. He knows this is perfect. So he doesn't really try every possibility. He doesn't really have a certain person that he's, you know, cooking this for. He doesn't have the same passion. And we see that in his dish. They talk about how the reason why this person wins, to which of course the person they're pointing to is obviously Soma, is the tenacity. They can see the face of the chef because of the tenacity of this dish. And they talk about how pretty much Soma went through so many things, like so many lengths, just to find the damn honey. And yeah, he made those guys work, go up and down the mountain over and over again until they finally found that honey, to which of course that honey is not something easily found. It's from a tree that it's not like plentiful in the area, you know, it's actually pretty damn hard to find, you know. So you see how, the lengths he's willing to go for, and you end up seeing, you know, Hayama asks, what's his passion? What is Soma's passion for this? And then it gets a little funny, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of like a full-blown, you know, we've already seen him tell Edina that he's cooking, you know, he's gonna make her say it's delicious one time, you know. She's the person we always see that he's cooking for. And then instead he says that his passion and everything, the reason why he tried so hard was so that Hayama would say this dish was delicious, that he tried super hard for Hayama to taste it. And I'm just like over here like, oh my gosh, like here a bunch of people, they're going running to the fan fictions, about ready to just have this shipping of Hayama and Soma. And yeah, I was not expecting it to say that, to be honest. And they even had like the facial expressions throughout this, the whole thing. He had like, oh my gosh, what? There's no way he can win. There's no way. What? That's the reason? Oh yeah, he doesn't have passion. And then at the ending one, when he's like, someone's grabbing him in my thumbnail, I'm full on thinking in my head, like Hayama's thinking, you know what? Forget June. I'm in love with Soma. And I was just cracking up to say it, like, if that would happen kind of thing. I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. And you do know that I love and want Soma to end up with Edina in the end. So, yeah, none of that. Please, no Hayama, Soma shipping for me. But, yeah, that was pretty much the end of the chapter. The end of the chapter is Soma's finished the dish to give it to Hayama and let him try it. But that's the disappointing thing, is that they're prolonging it. I really wanted to see who won in this chapter, and sure, we everything is pointing to Soma winning already. We pretty much know that Soma's going to end up winning this, but it doesn't change the fact that I kind of wanted it just to be done, at least say who's the winner in this chapter already, and then the next chapter we can, it's probably going to talk about what, the consequences of Hayama not winning. Probably going to have that moment where Hayama strips down naked because of, what is it called? If you guys remember, I don't remember what it's called, but because of the, their lineage and everything, they can bestowing. He's going to get bestowed, and he's going to have the power to just burst. I think it was called bursting, right? And his clothes are just going to go out just like the twins did, and it's going to be like full on. There's your man service right there for the episode. That foodgasm for Hayama when he ends up trying, it's probably going to happen. And then after that, they're probably going to talk about, like I said, the consequences and everything, and maybe, I don't know, a couple other things. I'm not really fully sure on what's going to happen there, but like, I'm excited to see all this kind of stuff, and I kind of wanted to see in this chapter done because, like I said before, I really, really want to see what's going to happen with the whole Takumi and Megumi having to go against Rindo thing, because I do not see Rindo losing. So it's got to be something crazy that happens, or they really are going to make it so Megumi and Takumi end up getting kicked out of the school. I don't know if that's a possibility of really happening, but that would be pretty crazy. But that's why, like, even though I was excited for this Hayama Soma battle and everything, and it's been a pretty enjoyable, going back and forth against each other, literally at the top of their limits, and seeing Hayama thinking he's better, and all of a sudden you see his facial expressions go down, down, and down. But I really, really, like, kind of already knew in the back of my head that Soma was gonna win. So that's why it's not as, crazy for me, and why it would have been better for them to announce the Takumi and Megumi have to go against Rindo after, because that is the battle that I'm really excited for. That is the one that I'm in the back of my head. There is many possibilities. There's Rindo just winning and they end up having to lose, or there's going to be some crazy stuff where somehow Rindo loses. And there's multiple different variations of that it's in my head, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen there? And that's like literally throughout reading all the chapters of this battle between Soma and Hayama, it's always in the back of my head. I want to see that already. What's going to happen then, Not saying that Soma and Hayama is bad. It's just that, that's the one that I really want to see. And that's why I feel like they should have announced that battle that was going to happen after. But overall, I still enjoyed this whole arc. I cannot wait to see the conclusion and everything that happens in the next chapter. See what happens to Hayama. See what happens to June. See what happens with Soma. And see what's going to go on forward with them. And then finally be able to see what's going to happen with the other rebels, not just Megumi and Takumi, which that's the one I'm definitely excited for, but I want to know what's going to happen with the other rebels. Who are they going against? Now that I know, at first I thought it was just they go against like the lower, of the top 10, but now we can see that they can actually go against the number 2, Rindo. So who knows who else the other rebels are going against, But yeah, it's all I really gotta say. That's another thing, actually, before I end this. It's kind of weird. Like, I could see why they want to have Hayama go against Soma, but if Azami wanted, Soma out so badly, why didn't he just send, like, the best of the best against him? It kind of confuses me on that point, but maybe they'll explain it later on as well. Or they just really wanted to have Hayama versus Soma. I don't know, but yeah, it's all I really gotta say, guys, about this chapter. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this Anime Kingdom manga review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. There's anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. If you did enjoy, don't forget to like. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. And yeah, I can't wait to see how everything concludes in the next chapter and see what's going to happen in the next parts when hopefully we see Megumi and Takumi have to go against Rindo. That should definitely be exciting. But yeah, that's all I got to say, guys. So till next time, see ya.